Okay, we had to come out to Alabama for this story. This is just straight up crazy. Already charged in the deaths of 11 people, 4 of whom were killed in a mass shooting in downtown Birmingham late last year. Damien McDaniel has now been charged with killing a firefighter at his own station nearly 2 years ago, killing a UPS employee and a 21-year-old woman. McDaniel, 22, has been charged with capital murder in the death of Jordan Melton, who was gunned down in front of Station 9 in Norwood on July 12, 2023. 5 days later, he died.
On January 12, Birmingham police say that Damien McDaniel walked into Fire Station 9 that morning and shot at firefighters Jordan Melton and Sergeant Jamal Jones multiple times. That day, authorities say the fire station was open to the public should anyone need help. Well, shortly after that shooting, Chief Moon said they closed the fire station down for a few months to allow employees to seek counseling. In between that time, he says they worked on expanding their safety plan and giving some first responders the option to come back to their post at Fire Station 9. There was a third person in the fire station that day. That hero has not been named at all during this time, but he was on site to get more help for Sergeant Jamal Jones and Melton. Moon tells me Jones is doing well, but still has some recovery to go through. Moon gave Jones an update on McDaniel today, and he said that he was happy to hear that charges have been filed.
Melton had just graduated from the Birmingham Fire and Rescue Service Academy in the months before his death. Depending on the details, we may have to do a more in-depth story on this guy, Damien. But for now, here is a timeline of the murder and assault cases he's facing. October 9th, 2019. Damien McDaniel is arrested and charged with 2 counts of attempted murder involving him allegedly shooting into an occupied car. He was 17 years old at the time. April 26, 2023. McDaniel pleads guilty to 2 counts of attempted murder. He was sentenced to 15 years in prison, 13 of which were suspended. McDaniel was given a 2-year jail sentence, which he had already served due to 776 days jail credit he had received waiting for trial. July 12, 2023. Firefighters Jordan Melton and Jamal Jones were gunned down in front of Station 9 in Norwood. Melton died on July 17th while Jones survived. January 10th, 2024. Mia Nixon was found shot to death in her driveway in the 800 block of Greencrest Turn. April 9th, 2024. Anthony Love Jr. was killed while clocking out for the day from his job at UPS on Inglewood Lane. Police believe that Love's death was the result of a murder-for-hire plot.
Police say 4 people were killed and 9 others injured in a shooting last night at a nightclub. According to investigators, the shooting happened around 11 last night on the 3400 block of 27th Street North. This is video of the scene shot earlier this morning. Now, police say when they arrived last night, they found multiple victims with gunshot wounds. First responders found 1 man dead outside of the club. Police then discovered 2 women who were dead inside of the club. Another person died at UAB Hospital, and another 9 people arrived at UAB with gunshot wounds. Now, police believe 1 person fired shots from the road into the nightclub. That's all the information that we have right now. But of course, we're going to keep you posted just as soon as we learn more throughout the day.
July 13th, 2024. 4 people were killed and 10 others were injured in a shooting at Trendsetters Lounge on 27th Street North. The victims who died in the shooting were Stevie McGee, Angela Witherspoon, Markeisha Gettings, and Loranda Anderson. Hatarius Woods is also charged in the case.
In the department, officers often say criminals like this don't just stop at 1 murder, and points to Tuesday's arrest as proof of that statement.
You have over 1/4 of the homicides in Birmingham being committed by just a select few of individuals.
Do you believe that these men could be connected to other unsolved homicides that have yet to be announced yet?
Certainly. And that's why it's important that our investigators don't stop working just because we made an arrest. Let us point out this. It very well may be that some of these individuals that we already have in custody may have been with McDaniel.
According to Birmingham police, McDaniel and the 3 other suspects arrested in October, as well as Hatarius Woods, have all been indicted.
August 13th, 2024. Charlie Herbert Moore is shot dead in his home.
Meantime, Birmingham police charging another man with capital murder in a deadly shooting in the Vice Hills housing community earlier this year. Court documents say Charles Nance played a role in Charlie Moore's death after someone broke into his home and shot him back in August. Nance was charged after Damien McDaniel told investigators that Nance was involved too. You might remember that name. McDaniel is believed to have killed 11 people over the course of 3 months this year.
September 19th, DeAntrinette T.Nye Brown was killed in a shooting at the 604 Bar and Lounge on 9th Street North. September 21st, 2024. 4 people were killed, and 17 others were injured in a drive-by shooting at Hush Lounge in 5 Points South. The victims were Anitra Holloman, Taj Booker, Carlos McCain, and Roderick Lynn Patterson.
We have a crew standing by with the latest updates as police continue to search for killers in Saturday's deadly shooting. In total, 21 people were shot, 4 killed, 17 others hurt. Today, we learned 12 of the victims who were hurt are now out of the hospital, while 5 others are still being treated. Local and federal officials say they've received more than 50 tips in the last 24 hours, and they're now offering a 6-figure reward. Throughout the show, you'll see a QR code on the bottom of your screen. You can scan it to give police any information that helps them arrest the gunman in this case.
We're going to continue our coverage with WVTM 13's Lisa Crane, live and local in Birmingham, where the community is in mourning right now, Lisa.
Yeah, you know, there is an area right behind me in front of the Hush Hookah and Cigar Lounge here where folks have been coming to pay their respects. They're dropping off mementos for the victims. It's kind of difficult to see from this perspective, so take a look at some video we shot just a few moments ago of the flowers, the cards, the balloons, all the stuffed animals that have been dropped off here. Many of the people coming to pay their respects didn't know any of the victims, but they say they are touched by the gravity of 21 people being shot here. Now you are taking a look at the victims killed in that shooting. They are Taj Booker, Carlos McCain, Anitra Holloman, and Roderick Patterson Jr. Now we spoke with Taj Booker's aunt today. Her only son, Taj's cousin, Radarius Everson, was with Taj in that line Saturday night. He was also shot. He is in the ICU right now, but his mom says she believes he will survive. A very difficult time for that family. Now, WVTM 13's John Papke is following the investigation into this case. He's at the South Precinct right now, where officers were actually dispatched from. And John, is the public helping solve this case?
Well, Lisa, even before this morning's press conference with the mayor, the police chief, and the FBI, the Crime Stoppers branch locally had already received at least 50 tips from the community, and that was before a huge historic announcement that actually provided an increased incentive for more people to step up. Now, the investigators in this case are recruiting the public's help to actually bring the shooter or shooters to justice. 21 total victims, 4 died, 4 more suffered life-threatening gunshot wounds like we mentioned. Today, police confirmed that a dozen of those victims have been released from the hospital. As of this morning, no suspects were in custody, but Crime Stoppers has announced a $50,000 reward. You heard that right. It's its largest ever, which goes to anyone with information which leads to an arrest. On top of that, the FBI is willing to match that amount for a tip which puts the shooter in prison. Birmingham's top FBI agent hopes those with a key to the case will pick up the phone.
The purpose of that is to ensure that we root out the most violent and heinous individuals that seek to bring violence to our communities and neighborhoods.
5 Points South mass shooting still haunts Birmingham's South Side more than a month later.
WVTM 13's Bryce Oselin spoke with an international filmmaker about what he discovered while working here in the state.
And would you say people in the streets are good members of society?
I'm trying to single us out. Everybody want to kill somebody.
The footage you're seeing is from the YouTube documentary, This City Eats People Alive, the most dangerous place in Alabama.
They find in the front yard. He hop out, try to go grab the Draco, boom, shot go off.
The documentary, released on October 18th, has nearly 500,000 views on YouTube. And an appearance from...
They'll do the same thing to you, so why not do it to them? Why show them compassion when they ain't gonna show your folks no compassion?
Naquan Lawler and Damien McDaniel, the suspect charged in the 5 Points South mass shooting.
Hey, for what? They ain't gonna spare me. Yeah, wait, if their son end up dead and they come to court, they ain't gonna spare me in the courtroom. Hey, I know it. You hear me?
The creator of the documentary, Aaron Singh, is based out of London and travels across the United States, highlighting the country's most dangerous communities.
The reason I've come to Alabama is because I heard it's one of the most murderous states alongside Mississippi in America.
Singh says he wasn't comfortable with an interview, but gave us permission to use his footage.
Why is it so bad, in your opinion?
I ain't gonna lie, I say beef real hood beef.
Authorities continue their investigation, listing McDaniel as a key suspect.
September 22, 2024. Jamarcus McIntyre was killed in a shooting in the Southeast Lake community. 2 others were injured. October 16, 2024. McDaniel is arrested and charged in the 5 Points South Mass shooting. Police announced that he is also charged in the McIntyre and Brown cases. In the McIntyre case, he is charged alongside DeMarco Beck, Naquan Lawler, and Larry Rollins. November 27, 2024. McDaniel is charged in Moore's death. Hatarius Woods is also charged in the case. December 12, 2024. McDaniel is admitted to Kilby Correctional Facility, where his probation on the attempted murder charges is revoked and he is forced to serve the full 15-year sentence he had been originally ordered to serve. February 25th. The Birmingham Police Department announced that McDaniel has been charged with capital murder in the death of firefighter Jordan Melton. Not sure what's wrong with this guy, but this about wraps this one up. As always, stay low, and thanks for watching.
Magdala, thank you. And as we've mentioned, McDaniel now charged in 14 murders, a string of shootings taking place over a year. Police say it started on July 12, 2023, when Jordan Melton and Jamal Jones were gunned down as they worked at that fire station in Norwood. On January 10, 2024, McDaniel is now charged with killing Mia Jackson, or Mia Nixon, I should say. The 21-year-old was shot and killed in front of her home in Crestwood. And in April, he's accused of targeting Anthony Love Jr., a UPS driver shot and killed as he walked to his car after work. On July 13, 2024, the first of 2 mass shootings McDaniel is accused of at an event center in North Birmingham. 4 people died there, 10 others were hurt. He's also charged with killing DeAntrinette Brown inside a club on 9th Street North. That was September 19th. And then just 2 days later, McDaniel is accused of opening fire in the 5 Points neighborhood as people stood in line outside a lounge. In that incident, 4 people died, 17 others were hurt. Now, in a statement, McDaniel's lawyer says they are ready to move forward with their defense in all of these cases, saying, quote, "We were aware there was further investigations going on that were separate from the pending cases, so we are not too surprised by the additional charges. The defense team will not be deterred from providing our client with the vigorous defense that our system of justice demands."